is great to talk to you wherever you are around the world. Our website is redicecreations.com, R-E-D-I-C-E, creations.com. That's the place to go for more of what we do: radio, TV episodes, regular news updates, and much more. We're about exploring the mysteries, asking questions, and doing the philosophical pondering of reality, and that is exactly what we're going to do today with our guest Jordan Maxwell. He has been researching secret societies, occult philosophies, and ufology since 1959. His work is vast, extensive, covering many different areas. It is not only fascinating to explore, but too important to ignore. If you're a newcomer into this field of study, perhaps a new listener, or just recently stumbled over Jordan's work, we urge you to visit his website, jordanmaxwell.com, for more information. I think there's a lot of people now in the so-called truth movement, or people who have become researchers on their own into alternative theories, conspiracies, or occult studies that probably wouldn't be where they are today if it wasn't for the work of Jordan Maxwell. So it is with great enthusiasm that we finally can welcome Jordan Maxwell to Red Eyes Radio. This is not only going to be a personal treat for me, but I know that it is going to be too for the countless of people that have been writing throughout the years now, requesting that we invite you to our program. So Jordan, welcome to Red Eyes Radio, and a big thank you for taking the time to be with us here today.
Well, thank you, Henry, for inviting me. And I know we've tried to do this before and it didn't work out, but I'm very delighted to be with you today.
Excellent. And there's just so many points, so many areas of your particular study and research that are worth to highlight, they're worth to talk about and note and so forth. Obviously, we are not going to be able to cover them all in these 2 hours here that we're going to do today, 2 segments. But I'd like to, I guess, open up the floor just a little bit to you, Jordan, here at the beginning and ask if there's anything. Well, if I put it this way, the world is changing now drastically and very, very quick at this point. What are some of the most pressing issues, that you think are important to highlight that the world is facing right now, Jordan?
I think that probably one of the most important things that's happening to us today that worries me the most is that the human race is purposely, according to a well-laid scheme, the human race is purposely being mutated. We're being scientifically mutated from being the kind of humans that we were before to a different kind of creature on the earth in the coming 1,000 years that's coming. I don't think the human family, like we exist today, with parents and grandparents and human feelings and emotions, etc., I don't know for sure, but it appears to me that that's not going to be the case in the future, that the human family is going to be a completely different creation in the future. And that's what scares me the most, because the children will not be allowed to be children. There won't be any real emotions between people. We're being mutated out of our humanity and into some kind of a monstrosity of a creature that only responds to stimuli, only responds to orders, like you can dream up the pictures of the poor people under Nazi Germany or under Stalin in Russia, in some kind of a fascist totalitarian world state. And that's not far-fetched because we've had so many writers and authors talking about it, 1984 and Brave New World. Well, I think we've way past all of those stories now. I think we are seriously on the way to the mutation of the human family from being normal, regular human beings with caring and concern for each other and families. I don't think the human family arrangement is going to last a whole lot much longer.
Right.
And so I see that the entire Earth, the whole globe, is being commercially mutated so that we will have lost all wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the love of history, the love of mystical secrets of the earth, all of the great and wondrous things that the earth has held as a mystery. The very heavens themselves are such a wonderful and beautiful mystery.
Yeah.
And when I talk to scientists here at JPL, that's right here in Los Angeles, Jet Propulsion Lab, and I go over there and talk to the astronomers and scientists and physicists, and I am just amazed that they have no concept of wonderment like a child, just to wonder about the beauty of the heavens and what could be out there, and and what is the implications of the size of our universe, and just the wonder of creation. No, they have no wonder about it at all. It's all very, very sterile. It's all very, very nothing. It's just a job to them. This star is named this and that, and it's part of this and that, and we work for the government, and the government gives us our contracts, and we don't give a damn about anything spiritual or philosophical or anything in the wonder of the universe. We don't give a damn about none of that. It's just all very, very sterile, very heartless, and therefore our science has given us, the world we live in today, which cares nothing for individual spirituality, cares nothing for family arrangements. It cares. The science today is nothing more than a religion.
That's right.
And I have often said that religion should be and could be a science, while on the other hand, science is a religion. We don't, in America especially, we're famous all over the world for having no scientists. Zero. I think we've got maybe a handful, maybe 12 scientists in America. The rest are all on the payroll. All they do is what they're told to do. They get their checks from the government,
right?
And they know what to say and what not to say. And if they open their mouth and question something that's out of place, like out of place artifacts, or something very strange in science, if they bring that up, they will immediately be called into the office, relieved of their position. Their jobs are lost. Their paycheck is gone. No more grants from Gestapo or SS Gestapo.
Right.
The Führer in Berlin will see to it that they will no longer have a job, and they'll be chased out of town. So I sit with these scientists. I sit with authors and lecturers and teachers and astronauts and FBI agents and mafia officials. I've been all over the world. I sit and talk with people for the last 50 years. I know what's going on. And so I noticed something else that's very frightening in relation to the human race being mutated. Mm. And that is that every time a great master, someone who was a great mind, a great teacher, or a great inventor, or someone who's done something momentous for the human race, every time that person dies, everything that they have accomplished is immediately erased off the face of the earth. I could give you so many examples. Some of the more obvious examples were Nikola Tesla.
Sure.
Nikola Tesla, anyone who's done any homework on that man, realizes he gave us the modern day world, period. Radio, television, electronics, nuclear, television. I mean, all kinds of profound things and alternating current. He's lit up the world. He gave us radio. Radio was invented by Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest geniuses the world ever known. And yet, today, especially in America, nobody's ever heard of him. They wonder what football team he played on.
Right.
Did he play with the Lakers? Because in America, we don't know from nothing. And so, why? It's because purposely, great people like Nikola Tesla, Royal Rife was another man,
sure.
Royal Rife, who Nobody's ever heard of royal life. Nobody in America cares one way or the other.
Very few in Europe too, Jordan. Same thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very, very sad. Now I could go down the line and name off great minds who have contributed awesome to the well-being of the human race, who actually are not only not known, but what little bit is known of them are cursed and belittled and drugged through the dirt, and are presented as enemies of the human race. So I realize that the people who are running this planet today have in mind to mutate the human race, and to mutate or to what I would call intervene in mankind's natural evolution. We in America are now living under something called arrested development. We can no longer think. We can no longer use our minds to judge the rightness or the wrongness of anything, because we have nothing to judge anything by. We're not educated. We're very poorly educated. We Americans can't find their own country on a map. They're ignorant. They're ill-informed. They're unread. They're pompous and arrogant and self-centered and egotistical. They're given to silliness, and it's just a horrible, horrible place to have to now operate in if you have a spirit and if you are intellectually inclined and spiritually inclined and have feelings. America is a horrible place to have to live now. And so there are so many good people here who do have great spirits and who do have a care for their families and human race. And they are confined to have to live now in a country that has no soul whatsoever. America is soulless. It has no value in anything. It's an incredible place to live today, when you can talk to people about something of importance to the human family, and people will just look at you and stare at you.
Yeah.
Like you're some kind of a strange picture on the wall. They don't even know what you're talking about.
That's right.
And so that's why I today am in a horrible place in my life, because I've spent my entire life studying, reading, researching, comparing notes. I've got hundreds of bank boxes in storage of handwritten notes. I've got about 30 bank boxes of just handwritten notes on every subject that's conceivable to the human mind. Everything I could get my hands on was reading and studying it, questioning. And today, after all of that, 50 years of that kind of study, and specifically in the areas of religion, theology, occult theology, and government, today I am locked into a country that people look at me like an oddity. When I talk about my subjects in public, people look at me as if I must be from another world. Well, I figured out a long time ago what it amounts to, what my situation is. If you, as a normal human being, happen by chance to be invited to go for a tour of an insane asylum,